In this video, you will learn how not to get stuck in Flotsam. If something happens, this video will most likely help you to progress through the game and finish it in order to get the best ending. The only one, to be honest. Sup guys, I'm Kosh, and there are several things that can actually hinder your progress in the game. So the first thing you would like to do is get the right specialist that will allow you to progress your research. You would like to focus on the specific ones. In the end, you will have to get everyone, but it's better to focus on the guys that give you the most benefits early on. So someone like electrician is a good option. Obviously the engineer, chemist will allow you to get more energy. Botanist will allow you to grow stuff inside of your base. You can get trees there as well. And maybe architect to balance your base. They are good but not that important. So getting people who do fish farming, bird keeping and all that, it's quality of life, but it's not that essential and it will take a long time to get to them most of the time. Also, if you feel like you missed the opportunity and you don't get the call, the signal from one of your specialists anytime soon, make sure that you go to the map, face north to the north, and go to the east. Follow east, and at some point you will go further here on this scale of distance and it will trigger the effect of getting the new specialist and you will have its quest. Although you would like to make sure that you get the specialist first, because I think you won't be able to trigger another one unless you get the actual person in your town from the previous one. But you can still have their own quest like this one being active in order to get more of those. So here's that. I already completed the game, but if you will get the signal with question marks, don't go for it. This is a very long quest line, the main quest line, but before getting that, I would advise you to get some basics done so your base will be self-sufficient. Otherwise, it will slow you down and might put you at risk. I had those issues. So before accepting that, I would advise to get the chemistry, maybe architect, some botany stuff, everything that will allow you to build most stuff at your base, and you would like to be able to survive some pollution. Next tip is try to grow everything in your base. Plant at least a couple of different plants in your fields, because some of those might be pretty rare. You will need a lot of wheat later on, but early on, food might be an issue, so potatoes will save you, at least they save me, and maybe the corn, depending on what you will get first. You guys know that you can find them in specific fields area in the field biome. So you can get the random stuff here, anything from potatoes, tomatoes, corn to wheat. So before harvesting the overgrown crops from the field areas, from the landmarks, make sure that you have field ready so you can plant them straight away if you don't have enough in your storage to plant them. Moreover, it might be a good idea to turn off the building that consumes the resources for crafting, especially the potatoes and that kind of ingredients, because I think the priority is to move them to those buildings first, so you won't be able to plant them in the fields and they will be consumed for cooking. And you won't be able to grow them basically. Since we're talking about the map, let's talk about the biomes a bit. There are several biomes that will be necessary for your late game quests. I won't spoil you too much, but make sure that you go to this small countryside area where the church is the main building. There are some specific buildings there, but you will need the one that's called Pharmacy Remnants. Those buildings, they have the medicine in them that you can harvest, and you will need that. Make sure to, well, stockpile on it, not that much, but it will be handy for you and it will be useful for the late game. Another important biome is polluted forest. It's not important for the late game, but harvesting mushroom grooves for mushrooms is really important. Try to get the mushrooms every time you can, because you can get them only from this area. You can't produce them, you can't grow them, and the only way to get them is going through those biomes and harvesting them. It might not be that important, but it will help you to lower the pollution in your village and heal your villagers. In the metropolis big city biome, you will find those buildings, sunlit apartments. Those are really good because they will allow you to get solar panels for free. You can't really use them early on, but later on you can use them as a source of power, and they will be used in the final quest as well. So you can easily dismantle them using the power tool, and you will get 4 of those panels easily for you. Those can be used later to create solar panels in your town that will produce pretty much free power. And I'm gonna try to find you the most important biome of them all, the factory biome, which is pretty rare. You've probably seen it. It has the red buildings and it has like very polluted area with factories and everything. That one is the most important. Always get all aluminum that's stored over there. This is a very rare resource and you will spend a lot of time looking for this afterwards, while we're looking for one of those traveling. When you move around, and if you're running out of energy while you're moving forward, you can get faster speed that will actually boost the in-game speed, and your guys, your generators will generate the energy faster. That will allow you to travel further without stopping. So go as fast as 3 times game speed. It won't really affect the movement speed on the map, but that will make it more comfortable for you without losing your energy. Also, you can pause the game and still move around. That means your base will be paused, nothing will be happening, but you can still move on the map. That's kind of weird, but pretty cool at the same time. If you want to know what biomes are around you, you can go and scout the scouting tower. Well, the central area of every biome which has an eye. And it works in a very interesting way. So we're here. There are several biomes around us, and it usually shows the entire biomes that are adjacent to it and most of the sea next to it. So that will help you to locate other biomes that you are looking for. So let's scout the region, and on the map, once it's scouted, you will see you find a lot of the areas. So you scouted the entire city area, and you also scouted the entire sea area and adjacent biomes as well. So now if you want something specific, you know where to go. You can go straight to that biome. So if you are looking for something specific, like we are looking for the factory right now, you can always get close to one of those scouting areas, scout it, and hope for the best result. So it will help you to locate the areas easier, because the sea will unlock a lot of stuff for you. When you see the map cut it out like here, it doesn't mean that this is over. No, it means that after that area, it will start generating again. I don't think that there is a limit to the map. You can go as far as you want. The only difference is it will just generate the areas for you. So don't worry if you went too far. You can go even further. The game doesn't have any limits for you. It took me a while to collect all those tips, guys, so please give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. That will promote it in YouTube algorithms, and that will help more people to find it. So there we go, the factory area. It's usually pretty huge, so you will most likely won't miss it. They are pretty big, and in that area you would like to focus on aluminum warehouses. They will give you a couple of aluminum deposits that you can use. Also, clearing the smokestack will give you pretty important resources as well. That will make your life easier. So yeah, over here we have scrape out charcoal residue that will allow you to get it easier without farming it properly. And aluminum warehouse will give you 30 aluminum scrap, which is extremely important for your progression. This resource is really rare. It took me a while to find enough, and I barely had enough to finish the game. Right now, I'm at a distance 123,000, and the last factory area I saw was at around 70,000. So it's a very, I think this is third or fourth area of factories I found through the entire game. So it's really rare, and you will need that aluminum a lot. This specific factory area has 1, 2, 3 warehouses. I think it's common. I think they're all the same. In any case, that's 90 aluminum scrap, so get all of that for sure. And it's also the only place where you can find the electric eel, so get those as well if you plan to use them for electricity. And another thing that you can find here is this dirty area that's called polluted goop. They look like this flying trash, and you can collect it. That will be used later on for production of oil. So this is the only resource combined with plastic that will produce oil for you. Sometimes you would like to find specific type of fish. The most common one is the blue one over here. It's called nibbler. This is its icon, its tiny little thingy. Then there are gobblers. Those guys, I think they live in the forest areas and corrupted forest areas. You can see the icon right here, so it's a gobbler. And then there are flounders. Those are the yellow fish that randomly appear, well, in the sea, I think. I'm not sure where else you can find them. This is their icon, and these fish are pretty good when grilled. They provide pretty good happiness bonus to the people who eat them. And if you want to get electric eel, the only area where you can find those guys is factory area, which is extremely rare. The next tip will be pretty debatable. I think that you don't want to get all the people that are being found. Basically, you can sometimes get random people asking for help and joining your town. I already have like 21 people and getting one more will be troublesome because I have to build them a house, I have to feed them, I have to give them water and like everything. And the thing is, it's not that bad. The worst thing that it will make my town heavier and it will be harder to carry it around. I will spend more electricity and it will take way more time for me to travel around the map, which can be troublesome if you want to go to some specific area far away from your base, from your current location. So traveling around can be tricky if you're running out of electricity fast enough. Because yeah, at higher weights, you will just run out of electricity and your traveling will be very slow and troublesome. Yeah, of course you can produce more electricity, but then you will need to harvest more resources and it will make your adventures a bit slower and way more risky because you can run out of resources. Speaking of resources, I usually try to keep reserves of food and water for 3 days, so you can multiply your numbers of drifters by 3 and that should be the food and water that you store. As you can see, I have issues with the water, so currently I probably would like to build another desalinator because right now it's being consumed quite fast, but there are a lot of crops growing, so they consume water as well. You can actually adjust the crop water distribution over here, but overall, like, it's not being spent if crops are not growing, so it will be used either way. By the way, in the situations of crisis, when you're running out of water or food, you can limit, for example, fields, so they will not refill the water, and you can use that water to actually feed your people, so they won't, well, not feed, but give them the water. I don't know how the word. Well, actually, don't feed, but let them drink that water. So that will save up the water from the plants, and your guys can drink it. Otherwise, it will be put in the fields, and your guys will be thirsty. Let's talk about pollution a bit. Pollution isn't as bad as you thought it is. Basically, for my entire playthrough, just a couple of people got over the limit of pollution, and what happens after that? They will get sick. There are 3 types of diseases. First one is sponge head. They will drink 1 more water every day. Second one is stinky breath, I don't know the name. That will reduce happiness of everyone in your village by 5 per sick person. It's called smoke breath. And the last one is muscle mouth. I never had this one, but I think what it does, it makes people eat 1 additional food. I'm pretty sure about that. I have no idea though. Let me know in the comments if you know what it does. And you can cure them by using the medicine, or you can just wait a couple of days and it will go away by itself. Also, when people are getting sick, they will lower their pollution level quite a lot. So it basically resets the meter. So don't worry about that. It won't kill you, and it's not that bad. Although, if all of your village will get sick and they will drink 2 times more water, you might have issue over there. Then again, I never tried to kill them, so I have no idea what will happen if they will run out of water or food. Probably they will either leave or something, but I've never seen my villagers die and suffering, but we got lucky, we didn't have those issues. Let me know in the comments if you know what will happen as well, I'm curious. Another thing that I already mentioned in the beginner's guide, which is even more useful in the advanced playthrough, like late game progression, that you would like to enforce the limits for most of the production. This is the easiest way to manage stuff, so you don't have to manually order things in each building and blah blah blah. You just put everything to the maximum production, unlimited production, and govern the limits over here in the producer management. That will allow you to sort of decide how many resources do you want to build of each type. And those are the limits that I actually used till the end game, and they worked really well for me. So I can advise you to go for those. I won't just list them, you can see them on the screen. Let me hide the camera so you can see everything. Bam. Yeah, you can take a screenshot or just pause the video and take a look at those. That's a really good thing for me. It worked really well and helped me throughout the game. Other than that, there are some endgame things that I don't want to spoil you with. The only thing I want to talk about are houses. Like when you get the house upgrade, you will need to get the new gas bags and Plastech floaters if you want to use them for the houses again. So keep it in mind. But air filter and sleep respirator, they will stay. Those buildings, those upgrades, if you don't know, they will allow your inhabitants to recover pollution when they sleep. So in the morning, all of those guys who are sleeping with those upgrades, they will have a bit lower pollution. And yeah, houses are very heavy. If you take a look at the weight overweight, the double house with the lowered weight by gas bags is 150 weight. That is insane. but they are really comfortable. And another thing, the last tip for you for today and like forever, because I'm done with the game, you can see the full playthrough in the video description. You can use plastic floaters if you want to, but I would advise against that, because those things, they consume aluminum to create, and the weight difference, it's important, but not that much. So I advise you guys to use that aluminum for a Plastech, and don't use Plastech for plastic floaters. That's too expensive, and you will need it for other stuff. Usually when you get to this point, you are close to end game, and if you don't want to prolong your end game for another half an hour of just grinding, don't do this. I did this mistake. I don't advise you to do that, but it's up to you. That will make things a bit lighter. Also did a test with the weight, and you can lower your weight tier. If you will lower your town weight to the previous weight tier limit, it will go down, so it will consume less electricity during the travels. So keep in mind if you want to like min-max a bit of your town, but usually it's easier just to plop another town tagger and get more energy production. So yeah guys, those are all the tips for Flotsam I can give you. They will allow you to push till the end game, because they allowed me to finish the game. If I manage to do that, you will be able to do it as well. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to promote it in YouTube algorithm so more people can see that. And check out the playlist with the full playthrough of Flotsam. And thank you very much for watching. It's been Stan Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.